right, here we are. Sorry about the wind, maybe a little bit, but it is Wednesday, December 17th. Major progress since we were here last. Major progress. There is our foreman. He's actually doing some soldering. The bending table had some repairs that were needed, so he's soldering that up. But yeah, you can see here they are pouring the columns on the master bedroom side of the house to cover them. They have these ones here, so let's see, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Looks like 10 columns up. And two of them are already poured. Looks like the other ones were poured earlier today. So yeah, so they're getting poured. And then those will get backfilled. But there's still several more that need to go in on the other side over there. So this front side is my office, the electrical room we're calling it, where the solar controller and the breaker box will be. Then my office. Then a small CR, comfort room is what they call it here. We call it a bathroom. Also maybe called a powder room, but yes, so, yes, made major progress. Footers are poured there, and of course the columns, footers are always poured first. So you can see they've got all this over here backfilled, and they've actually dug out these ones for the front door. So this is the front door here. Actually, these are the two columns for the front door, and pretty sure my fingers are out of there, so sorry if they're in there, but yeah, these are the two columns for the front door, and they're both already poured. So yeah, so they've got those in there. Of course, there's the backhoe, always working. They're doing, it's actually 3 p.m. on Wednesday, so it's merienda time, so snack time. And so yeah, so they're taking a break, except for foreman. Foreman is working, fixing the bending table. So here you can see this is one of the cross beams. So you can see here, that is where the floor will be. So yeah, so you can see the cross beam, so you can see how high that is. But yeah, there's the cross beam. They're pouring the cross beam there and the cross beam over there. So they've got those going in for the bottom cross beams. And so yes, and they are already poured, formed and poured. So they got those going. And so yeah, you can see how much rebar's in there. They're done the same way as the columns. So rebar and stirrups and the whole 9 yards. And so yeah, so they've got these two, so you can really see the house starting to form. So yeah, this is the guest bedroom side. And so then they just poured those, looks like here, not very long ago. The concrete is still wet, so it must have been poured not very long ago. So, but yeah, so these are all have gone in. You can see they backfilled everything here. And so that's all that. The hollow blocks actually will, I believe, go on top of, yes, on top of the these cross members. And they'll go on top of these cross members once those are formed. And yeah, but I believe the floor will be even with these cross members. So where these cross members are is where the floor will be poured. So yeah, so as you can see, it's quite a bit up from the road back over there. There's our access road, and then I don't think I can see it from here, maybe a little bit up, but there's the actual barangay road. So not sure if you guys could see it. I can show that again when I go back over there, but yes, this is major progress. So yeah, these cross beams are getting poured, and there's a cross beam here, and then there's also a cross beam at the top. Once they get to that, there will be a cross beam poured at the top, but those won't be poured until, trying to keep my hand from the side where the fingers always get in the picture, so sorry about that. But yeah, they won't be poured until the columns are fully formed all the way to the top, and the hollow block walls. And so yeah, so here they're running the water, so still using the barangay water. That, my friends, is the pool. So I'm going to actually walk over there so I can look down in it. But yes, this is the pool. So they have dug the pool, even though I don't believe we have a permit yet for the pool. But this is the pool. So good size pool. Good size, of course. They'll be concrete in there and all that, so that'll take away from some of it. But sorry, my hand's shaking, so I need to figure out how to hold this without that. So sorry about the shaking. But yeah, this is the pool. And there's actually a shadow in there, so sorry, I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to get rid of that shadow. The backhoe's casting the shadow on it, so you probably can't see exactly how deep it is, but it looks like it's about 6 feet deep. I think 5 feet is what the plan is. I think on one side it's a little bit deeper, but my wife, as is typical here in the Philippines, she does not know how to swim. Even though they grow up on an island, they do not know how to swim, most of them. So we are keeping it at a level. She's 5'2", so we're keeping it at a level so she can still. So there's no risk to her. But all she got to do is stand up. But yes, very nice, very nice. I'm actually going to walk over here because they're doing a lot of work on this other side, and we'll take a look at the well. So yeah, here's a big old pile of dirt still. So since they dug out the pool, they needed more room for the dirt to go. So part of the digging out the pool was so they would have enough dirt for the backfill. So yes, big old pile of dirt taking up almost the rest of our property. Here's the well, still in the same state it was previously. But they are using it for some stuff, and I think they're using it for some of the water. So here is, of course, the catch tank for the rainwater, things of that nature. I don't think I can get over there this way, so I was trying to get over there so I could kind of see, but I don't think I can get over there. But you can see they're actually putting another footer plate in there to put another column in. So yeah, I'm assuming there's going to be probably 6 or 7 more columns, maybe 8 columns that are going on that side. There are either 34 or 35. We have a dispute on how many the engineer said, so we'll check that with him today. But it's either 34 or 35 total columns in the house. And so, as of now, what did I count? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 over here now. 2 in the center there, and 13 on the other. So 23, 25. So they are over halfway, well over halfway. So there's only 9 more total. So I think the open area is actually the biggest area, so I don't think it has as many columns because there's no columns actually in the middle of it. But in the master suite, I apologize, I didn't mention that on a previous video, and I should have. The master suite, it contains the master bedroom, of course, a master bathroom, and a walk-in closet for my lovely wife, so she can store her shoes and bags and clothes, and I might actually get one closet in there, but we'll have to see. But yeah, so I'm actually standing in the forest now, so trying not to get the ants on me because the ants are vicious here, big red ants. So, but anyway, that's what that looks like. They're putting another column plate in to put up another column. So they are moving very fast, very fast. Once again, this is our catch basin. It looks like it's a little deeper than it was the last time we saw it. So, and we're also, I'll ask engineer today if that's going to be plastic catch basin or if it's going to be hollow block kind of catch basin. So not sure there. So, but you can see the big old pile of dirt over there. So yeah, so piles of dirt have not gotten smaller. so yeah, so I do believe the foreman has said that the water is good, so it does not have any more salt in it, but I will confirm that as well, because yes, that's one that'll help. And so we're not going to put the pressure tank on yet. We don't really need the pressure tank until we actually, probably for the house, we won't need it for any of the building, but yeah, so we kind of got that going on. Switch hands again. Make sure to keep my finger out of the frame. Sorry for the last one. I had my finger in the frame a lot. Going from from portrait to landscape kind of messed me up. But yeah, there's the pool again. There's one of our friendly dogs roaming around on our side. We got a lot of those. So yeah, a lot of dogs here roaming around. But yeah, I'm gonna go back over here, take another look at the pool. So the pool is kind of my pride and joy. I told the wife if we're gonna build a house, I had to have two things. I had to have an office where I could do my streaming, big enough so that I could fit my computer desk and everything else in there, and my green screen and all that. And I had to have a pool. It's too hot here in the Philippines for me to survive without a pool. So so kind of proud of the pool. This is kind of mine. The rest of the house is hers, except for the office, but the pool is mine. So yeah, so super excited about that. But yeah, here they are from a different angle. They're putting that column plate in, and yeah, definitely making great progress. Great progress. This has all been backfilled. It has not been compacted yet, but I think that's why they're pouring the cross beams on the bottom, and then once the cross beams are poured and formed, then they will start compacting that down before they pour the floor. So but yeah, once again, you can see this is still wet, so it's obvious they just poured this not very long ago. So probably right before Merienda time. So but yeah, nice and thick concrete. Very pleased, very pleased. And so yeah, so these two are kind of wired together. I think to kind of keep them out of the way probably, and also to hold it, because right now the cross beam on the bottom is being formed around it, so they want that to be that way. But yeah, so this has all been backfilled. You can still see there's a lot of rock still in there. So yeah. But yeah, super stoked. This is really making progress. There's a couple of my workers putting some forms together for the columns that they're working on over there. So yeah, so they're super hard workers. So yeah. So I'm gonna slip past them, but yeah, here's the cross beam. That might be one of the cross beams as well. So yeah, here's the cross beams. So yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah, there's our foreman. He's doing some soldering. So, and they're working on the motor for the concrete mixer. So I don't know if maybe something went wrong with it. But yeah, so the cross beams are going in, making great progress. You can see the rebar sticking out there. So they did those kind of the same as the columns. The part that's been poured has all the stirrups in it, and then when they actually put those together, they'll put more stirrups on those when they pour them. But you can see that's pretty high. It's gonna have to be backfilled, so get out of their way. Sorry, Paul. But yeah, I'm gonna slip back over here. So yeah, so they're actually putting in some more forms. You're okay. So yeah, so there's Archie and the van. Handshaking again, so let me switch hands. Yeah, these guys are gathering up all the gravel and the sand so they can mix the concrete. So it looks like they're going to be pouring. They're planning to pour quite a few more today for the end of the day. So probably looks like all those are poured, to be honest. So yeah, and that one's actually poured higher than the others, which is kind of strange. But yeah, these are all poured, including that one. So yeah, so my guess is they're going to put that other column up over there, pour the footer on it, and then once they get that poured, they'll have to wait till the footer dries. But yeah, they're probably, like I said, they're probably going to put up those other columns over there. There's a couple columns in the back for the open area. So like I said, the middle is very open. Completely open area from the kitchen, dining room, living room is all open. Glass covers the back wall, and so yeah, glass will cover that back wall so it overlooks that beautiful pool back there. And so yeah, so that'll work out. But yeah, excellent progress. This is sweet. It's been 4 days since we've been over here. Last one was on Saturday. But yeah, so 4 days since we've been over here. So, but yeah, excellent job. So yeah, so I didn't expect the cross beams to be going in, but that's great. And those will end up going in over here as well once this gets backfilled. So that's probably why they did 1/2 of it, because they're running out of room for the dirt. So once they get that done, they'll backfill the 1/2, start working on the cross beams. Foreman actually has them organized so that they're working on different jobs. So he's got some working over there with the cross beams, some working over here with putting in the new columns, and some working over here with forming up the columns that have already been erected. And so, but yeah, it's making great progress. So, and then also digging the pool out is kind of a dream come true on that one. So, but yeah, so we'll see. I'll probably get a little bit more in here, but once again, it is Wednesday, December 17th, about 3:30 p.m. So we're just coming back from Marienda. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, this is Ron. Appreciate you watching the video. This is kind of my outtake, so sorry, trying to block some of those pictures back there. But yeah, you see the pictures of my friends, Michael Abawaji, Rosemary Abawaji, of course my wife and I, from like, I don't know, 20 years ago. So yeah, appreciate those guys. But anyway, special shout out for them. But yeah, so yeah, excellent progress. Sorry we haven't been over there for like 4 days, but a couple things, scheduling things going on, and the rain got in the way. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, made excellent progress. I did, turns out we were told the engineer would be here all week. I guess they're doing so well. He is not there. He's actually going back to his other job sites, which kind of makes sense. We're not his only job, not his only customer. And so, so yeah, from that perspective, I wasn't able to ask him about the catch basin or the number of columns or any of that. So yeah, so we're saying 34, 35 columns total. Like I said, they've already got 25 up. So yeah, that leaves 9 or 10 left. So yeah, so that's pretty good. But yeah, all things considered, it's actually going very well. So yeah, so the bending table gets a lot of wear and tear. They bend all the stirrups by hand. So all those metal squares that go around the columns and around the beams are all bent by hand by the workers. And so they actually have a table that has pegs on it, and they use a bar and they bend it all. So it actually takes a lot of wear and tear. So the reason the foreman was welding that is that it had taken some wear and tear and needed some repairs. So he was actually repairing that. So our foreman is a hands-on type of guy. Hats off, and special shout out to him as well, because he's doing a fantastic job. So I also mentioned that the well, all the salt seemed to be out of the well. That is not completely correct. They are using the well water for some things, but it still has a small, slight salt taste. So yeah, so it seems like it just needs to run a little bit longer, so they're using it for some things. They don't want to use the water if it has salt in it, because the salt will react poorly with the concrete. And then it'll start to leach out of the concrete later on. Oh, the floor height. So yeah, we mentioned in previous ones the floor height. So the floor height is actually 50 centimeters from the barangay road. So 50 centimeters higher than the barangay road in order to avoid any possibilities with flooding. Not that flooding is really a problem here, because we are high considering, and one day I will do a video of the road we drive down to get to our place. Pretty rough. It is paved, but it's still a little rough. And but there are several low sections of it where there are rivers, what we would call creeks. But there are several sections of it that are low, and those that's actually where the well guys got most of their water from in order to run the machine. and so they got them for those places. So yeah, we have zero problems with flooding, but in order to be overprotective, we actually asked to have the house built up a little higher, and so yeah, so it's actually 50 centimeters above the height of the barangay road. So that's kind of why you can see it's been elevated a lot, and that was one of the reasons why they had to do so much of the digging, was to get enough dirt to be able to build it up to that height. So, but also did want to do a shout out to Kuya Mano, my brother-in-law Nick, Kuya Nick. So Adele's sister, Ate Vanji, is the eldest sister. She's married to Kuya Nick. Kuya Nick is the one who actually sold us the land. And Kuya Mano is his brother, who lives right next door to us. Kuya Nick is from Imelda, Batangas. And so this is kind of their home province. And so yeah, so he sold us the land. He has been working on getting us our title. And today he presented us with the title that has my wife and I's name on it. Has her name on it as the owner, my name as an honorable mention, married to the owner. And so yeah, so that's kind of a big deal. And so that was kind of good. So shout out to Kuya Mano. Thank you so much for your help. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. So you really came through for us. So we really appreciate that. So yeah, so special thanks to him. I was going to have the wife on with holding the title and get a shot of her doing that. Unfortunately, she's already changed clothes since we've been over there. So yeah, so we'll have to do that another time. But yes, but appreciate you guys. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. If you like and subscribe, appreciate it. If you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you will be notified every time I put a video up. I'm going to try and do these every 2 days, if the weather permits and our schedule permits. It's about 45 minutes, depending on traffic. It's about 45 minutes from our place here that we're renting in Calit, San Juan, Batangas, to where our land is in Imelda, San Juan, Batangas. Both are in the same city. Both are in the same province, of course. But yeah, they are. And so, yeah, 45 minutes each way, so it makes it hard with the round trip and back and forth. And so, but yeah, very pleased. And as I said, you probably could notice I'm super excited about the pool. That's been one that I've been super excited about. That as I said, I don't believe we have a permit yet, but engineer is doing a fabulous job. Whatever he's doing is good enough, good by me. So we'll be okay. So, and I know they were working on it. He said they thought they would have it on Monday. So my guess is that maybe he did get it on Monday, and we just haven't heard about it yet. So, but yeah, they've already dug it out. So that's great. So super excited about that. And that is the way I'm going to deal with excessive heat here in the Philippines, which today was, I think at noon, it was 85 degrees, which not a bad temperature compared to when, summer months it's over 100. But yeah, it's the rainy season, so it is a little cooler now. It was overcast all day today. So, but yeah, the rainy season goes from July to December, and we are just finishing up with it. So yeah, we're just catching that end of the rainy season. But yeah, we're still kind of enjoying the cooler temperatures. So, but yeah, hi to all my friends in America. I've been talking about moving here to the Philippines for, I don't know, since before I met my wife, to be perfectly honest. There were times where I doubted the vision that God had given me, but he is always faithful, so praise God. And praise God on getting our title. Special thanks to Kuya Mano for running that down, getting that all taken care of. And I know most of you are friends of mine from America that are watching these videos, family of mine from America. So you already know Adele and I's backstory, so appreciate that. If you have any questions, or if there are some of you that are new to that, or new to the so-called channel, I guess it's a channel now, let me know and I can actually give kind of that kind of history. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. We'll do another one probably on Friday. I'll go over there. And then, Saturday we're actually throwing a Christmas party for the workers. And so So yeah, so I probably won't film that. Try to keep those things kind of on the down low. Uh, really want to take care of the workers. Workers are doing a fantastic job, but I don't like to show those kind of things. So Filipinos are notoriously not embarrassed by being on video, as you've seen with some of my workers. But yeah, for the most part, I try to keep that stuff out of it. So a little more humble than that. So, but I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.